at InfoComm 19 with Vladi Vaxman from Silora R&D. Thank you for joining me, Vladi. How are you today?
Hi, Lindsay. Thank you very much. I'm good. So,
tell us a little bit about yourself and also about Silora.
So, my name is Vladi Vaxman, and I'm working for almost 10 years now at Silora. I do business development now. My role is VP Business Development, and I've started like a regular engineer, hardware engineer, and I continued to the management, and I became the sales guys. Yeah. So.
And more about Silora.
Yeah, more about Silora. Silora was established in 2003, and we manufactured for almost 100 products with HDBaseT technology inside. Silora R&D has two main product lines. First one is HDBaseT, as we discussed, and the second one is a medical product line, where we use our patented isolation, galvanic isolation transformer to reach the needs of the isolation required by operation rooms.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So tell me more about what you're showcasing specifically here at InfoComm.
Okay, so recently one of our customers in Israel came across with an interesting requirement where he wanted to extend keyboard, video, and mouse over a big distance. He wanted it to be almost 100 meters. And on top of that, he wanted the galvanic isolation, which we discussed previously. And we came across with a solution where we must combine two of these worlds, the HDBaseT and the medical world, and came with product which will have these both technologies combined to achieve this requirement of this customer. So he wanted, as I mentioned before, he wanted to extend keyboard, video, and mouse. So this is 3 different levels of data, which is supported by HDBaseT. The Valence chips VS2310 supports video, the USB, and the RS232, which were required for this particular project. On top of that, he asked for split, for video split, and distribution over 100 meters. This type of requirement was achieved by HDBaseT chips, the HDBaseT technology, and to use it in operation room, we use the medical galvanic isolation.
Let's actually back up and just talk a little bit more about the galvanic isolation. Can you explain what that is further?
Yeah, so it's basically made to protect the patient inside of the operation room. Once he is exposed, he's not wearing usually nothing, and he has no protection over the harmful spikes that may occur at the power, at the AC. So usually the demand is much higher than in domestic environment, like in residential. So in a residential environment, the isolation requirement is 1.5 kilovolt, and in medical environment, since the patient is more exposed to different kind of harms, you need much higher gap of isolation, which is 4 kilovolts. This isolation is need to be on all of the layers of the data and the power of the signals. So to achieve that, we use the galvanic isolator for medical field. One of them was developed and patented in Silora, and the second one is used inside the AC/DC transformer power supply. So while coming up all of these parts together, you can achieve a medical product which will include all of the requirements of this customer.
Do you see it being applied to other markets, or are you staying focused on medical primarily?
So first of all, we have a very wide range of products which can fit as a residential or industrial markets as well. But for this particular request, and I think after that we get additional and more requests from some different and other customers, I think that from this point and on, our bigger focus will be on medical markets. And this is because we see that the demand there is rising basically because of the current infrastructure that medical markets use. Current infrastructure that medical markets use is based on fiber optics. And fiber optics, as you may know, is very, very expensive. So fiber optics cables, fiber optics switches, and all other peripherals are extremely expensive. While you are using HDBaseT technology, you can maintain and remain with copper. Copper is usually 5 to 10 times cheaper, and performance-wise, while you are working with HDBaseT, you can achieve exactly the same performance. You will remain completely uncompressed, and on top of that, the latency will be zero, close to zero, as Gabi mentioned before, close to zero latency, and so you are not compromising on nothing. You get all of the performance, but the price is cheaper eventually. And of course, you need to use some galvanic isolation, which we are experts on. We're doing it more than 10 years already. So we came up with this solution, and think that from this point and on, we will only continue growing in medical field.
Great. So what's next for Silora?
So the next for Silora is going for basically medical mattresses. I think that we'll go for medical mattresses, medical extenders with some video processing, and medical switches. This is, I think that we're inherited it from our basic and standard products, but we will upgrade them with all of the features that are required to work in operation room and medical applications.
Great.
Yep.
Vladi Vaxman, thank you so much for joining me.
Yes, thank you very much. So if you would like to have some more information, please visit our website, www.silord.com.
Great, thank you. I'm Lindsay Adler with AV Nation, and thank you so much to Vladi Vaxman from Silora for joining me here at InfoComm 19.